That is the best question I've been asked this whole junket.
Congratulations on Agatha all along and for joining the MCU in general. Was there anything different about the audition process for joining Marvel compared to other things you've been in?
Marvel has a very thorough audition process. You know, they want to make sure that they cast the right person, and so it was a long old slog. I did a lot of auditions. I think also Marvel is such a big thing. It's not just one person you have to say yes. There's like so many different people you have to agree to cast you, which is good. You know, you always want the right person to get the right part. So. It was a long process, but it was a very fun one actually. Yeah.
Nice. And what was that feeling like when you got the call saying you got the part?
It was great. I was really relieved, to be honest, because I've been so invested in the audition by that point that it was like 6 months in, and I was like, if I don't get this part now, I'm going to be so upset.
Yeah.
So it was obviously excitement, but a lot of relief as well.
Yeah. Nice. And this is obviously quite an all-star cast. I'm curious, are there cast group chats, and what's it called?
Our group chat's called My Pretty Coven because our like show code name was My Pretty. I feel like I'm allowed to say that now the show's coming out, so it's not a code name anymore.
Yeah. Who's the most active in it?
We're all quite active actually.
Yeah.
Like if we we'll all like send things or memories, or like at the moment we're sending lots of like, oh, I've seen us in Times Square, oh, I've seen us in to each other, which is cute.
A lot of your co-stars are obviously so hilarious. I bet filming was quite fun at times. Are there any standout bloopers that happened while filming?
There's actually one that is made it into the show. Like it's not an obvious one, but it's one that I find great. It's actually in one of the trailers they've released recently. It's where Patty is doing like these like weird noises, and me and Catherine are like sat. And if you look at me, I'm like fully crying with laughter. Like, and I was talking to Jack about it last week. She's like, "Oh, I didn't even notice when we put it in the edit." They didn't know that they must have thought I was just laughing as in character, but fully was breaking. I was completely just laughing at Patty being hilarious.
That must have happened so many times. That's so funny.
Yeah, so many times.
In the show, you have an American accent. As an American myself, I want to know, is there one word that you had a really hard time learning how to say?
There was a phrase in episode 3, I say, it's giving middle-aged second chance at love vibes, and I'm totally here for it. And I could not get it. I don't know what was like, I couldn't even hear what was wrong, but they kept being like, okay, go again, and then we ended up being like, okay, we'll take it, and then I had 6 months later go back and do it in ADR, and like where you like go in a studio and record over your lines, and even then it was like ages, it took so long to get it, and I still, like when I listen to it, I'm like, I don't even know what's wrong with it, but it just doesn't sound right.
You have some pretty sassy lines in this.
Yeah, there's some great ones.
Did you help come up with any of them?
No, that was all Jack and her team. Very talented writers. Talented writers.
I loved it. I loved some of the lines in it. Also about the US, so were there any cultural differences you noticed between filming an American show versus a British show?
Your unions are a lot stronger, and so, you know, it actually made it much nicer. There's a way more food on American sets, which is great. You can get anything you want.
On Crafty, is there an American snack that you absolutely loved, either from this show or maybe even your time on Broadway?
I have a real weakness. They had mini packets of Swedish fish, which are my weakness. I can't not eat them.
It's so weird that that's not a candy that is over here.
I know, it should be.
Yeah.
It would do well, I feel like.
What was the biggest difference for you kind of being on Broadway versus being in a TV show?
Broadway was way more exhausting. I think I thought that, you know, you work 3 hours a day and I'll have all this time in New York to have fun, but I would just sleep. Anytime I wasn't working, I was asleep. It was so tiring. Because, you know, so much adrenaline going out on stage every night. Yeah, I was exhausted.
Do you think Teen and Charlie Spring would get along?
No.
Why not?
They just annoy each other. They probably could like pretend to get along, but I don't think they would.
Yeah.
That or they'd be best friends. I really like it. Really changes in my head every day I think about it.
Have you thought about it?
Yeah, I've thought about it before, but
yeah.
I think I might have even been asked it before. Probably said they would get along.
I'm sure the fans will write some sort of story.
I'm
about
sure.
It. Yeah,
I'm sure.
If it doesn't already exist. When getting into character for Teen, did you make a specific playlist, and were there any specific songs that really got you into character?
I didn't, but when we were filming, I was listening to a lot of like Carole King and Fleetwood Mac and Amy Winehouse, sort of quite soul music, which. Yeah,
kind of witchy vibes.
Quite witchy vibes, yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't necessarily help get in character, but that was like, when I think of that time period, it was like, that was what I was listening to.
And are there any Easter eggs in Agatha Long we should keep an eye out for?
So many.
Ooh.
But to tell you would be to give away the Easter eggs.
What's a hint? What's something we should kind of look out for?
I always say, if you look at the costumes, you will find all the secrets of the show.
That's a big statement.
Yeah.
Yeah. And obviously you've done rom-com / like cute teen show. Now we're in the witchy Marvel universe. What's the genre you want to be in next?
Like a gritty drama.
Yeah.
I'd love to do. I think I'm still trying to like prove that I can do lots of things, and so I know something completely different.
I posted on my Twitter that I was going to be speaking to you, and obviously fans had some very excited reactions. There was one question that came up a lot. People want to know who you would play in Snatch Game.
That is such a good question, and I've put so much thought to this, and I have never had a concrete answer. I would love to play Patti LuPone in Snatch Game.
Yeah, especially now that you know her.
Now I know her, I think I could do it quite well. I also feel like I'm one of the people who like would be allowed to do Patti LuPone because like I feel like I've got a pass to like make fun of her a little bit. But then I'd be really scared that I wouldn't be good.
You would be great.
That is the best question I've been asked this whole junket.
I'm relieved. Do you have anything else coming up that we should be on the lookout for?
I mean, Heartstopper comes out 2 weeks after Agatha, so it's a busy few weeks for me.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations on all of it. Really
Great.
pumped for you.
Thank you so much.
And yeah, see you soon.